guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Makeover Monday, and usually Makeover Mondays are blog posts on my blog, mistimichellexo.com. And today though, I wanted to do kind of more of a tutorial style Makeover Monday. I write about a lot of products that I love on the Makeover Monday columns, but I posted this photo to Instagram and a lot of people kind of DM'd me or tweeted me saying that they wanted to see how I actually wear that look. So this is kind of a modified version of that look. It's not, most of the products are the same. The big kahuna products are the same. I did swap out the brow and the lip on it, but this is kind of the overall look. And if there's no other further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started with this look. So I'm actually going to, I've already washed my face. So I'm going to get started next by applying, this is the H2O Refining Essence. This just kind of helps to minimize the pores and just kind of gives your skin a very soft, silky texture. Just gonna take just a couple of drops. You really don't need more than a couple of drops on this. And then just kind of smooth it all over your face. Yes. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of let that sink in. So now is kind of a pre-primer, I guess. This isn't an actual primer, at least not to me. This is the Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I believe Jeffree Star uses this sometime, all the time. I think Manny MUA uses it. I actually saw it on Jeffree's channel, so that's where I got it from. I actually am starting to kind of like this better than Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. I find that kind of both have the same qualities. They both kind of, you know, smooth and prep the skin. But this one smells like grapefruit, and it's about half the price. So you get about the same amount. It's a very huge jar. I think it was about $50 something. And a little bit goes a really long way. And yeah, it's half the price. And just kind of let that soak into your skin. Just kind of rub it all in. Just kind of gives you a nice smooth texture for your makeup. So I'm actually going to be using two primers today. I'm going to be using the BECCA Backlight Filter Primer. Is that what this is called? Yes, Backlight Priming Filter from BECCA. But I'm not going to use this all over my face. I'm actually only going to use it kind of not in my T-zone. In my T-zone, I'm going to be using Soap & Glory's One Heck of a Blot Primer. And I love this because I get very oily, especially in my nose and just kind of like right here area. And this is just going to help to keep my makeup in place. So I'm just going to take the One Heck of a Blot, just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. Again, this is kind of more of like a silicone-y texture. I think if you are a fan of Professionals by Benefit, it's somewhat similar to that. I'm just going to kind of rub it right there, chin, and a little bit on my forehead. Okay, and then on the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the BECCA one. And the reason I don't use the BECCA one all over my face is because I do get very shiny in the T. And since this has a bit of a kind of a highlighting finish, I don't want my T-zone to be super shiny. And yes, I apply my primers with my fingertips. I don't use brushes for everything. I'm old school like that. Plus, I find that your fingertips, your body heat actually will help kind of warm up the makeup and just kind of help for a smoother application. Okay, we are primed. We are ready to go. My foundation today, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude. This is a new one. It's supposed to be, so it's kind of got this little cushion on it. If you can see that, it's got a little cushion. So it's supposed to kind of be like your foundation and beauty blender all in one. Here's the thing. I love the coverage of this foundation. I really do. But this sponge deal is a little odd. So you just take it and you just twist it until you get the foundation in there, and then you just kind of dot it all over your skin. Now, because I have a big face, I do have to kind of twist it up a couple of times. And you just kind of dot it all over until you kind of look like you have foundation chickenpox. Okay, and then I'm actually going to be using a slightly larger mirror to blend this in. And then you just kind of take it and you're supposed to just buff it into your skin. And it'd be really helpful if I would stop sweating so that my makeup would stick. And see, here's where I don't like the sponge that comes with it. And so this is what I end up doing. I kind of buff it in a little bit. I twist it up one more time, just kind of get a little bit more product. There we go. Okay, that's a little too much. The nice thing is if you squeeze it up too much, you can actually retreat it back down and it will go back down into the tube. I'm just gonna kind of dot a little bit more. And then I'm going to take this is a Morphe M439 brush. It's a very dense bristled brush. I'm just going to kind of buff the rest of the foundation into the skin. Now this is not a full coverage foundation, just as an FYI. This is kind of a medium coverage, I guess. But this is not my full beat look. This is kind of my glowy whatever day look. So there. I'm just kind of buffing it into the skin. Just kind of gives you a nice little sheen. And it is buildable coverage, so if you don't love the coverage in some areas, like I kind of feel like in certain areas it does need to be a little bit more, you can always build it up. And then again, I just take the Morphe brush and just kind of buff, 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 and blend. Until you're happy. There, concealer. This is the new Tarte Shape Tape. And this little baby, so concealer has been like my downfall in life. I've never really worn a ton of concealer. I don't really have dark circles, so I don't really need it for that. I have fairly decent skin, so I've never really needed to do heavy coverage. But as I just hit 35 years old, I found that my skin is starting to look a little eh. So I kind of started to play with concealers a little bit more, and I've played with the new Benefit Born This Way, which is also good. But I find this is a really awesome full coverage concealer. And hopefully you can see this. Look at that brush. Just look at it. So huge. And I like that it's kind of tapered. So nice. So you're just going to kind of take this, and I just sweep it all the way under my eye, down the bridge of my nose, and just kind of out. So like that. So again, under the eye, down the bridge of my nose, and out. Now if you just want to do that, you can do that. I'm going to kind of highlight down the bridge of my nose, like that, up, and a little bit of my chin. Ooh. I think I should just go out like this, right? This looks so sexy. Now, you have to act quickly and blend fast. So this is actually the new Tarte's version of the Beauty Blender. I like it. I like it because it's a little bit more dense, which I like for the blending. So now we blend, 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 and quick, quick, quick. Now, the Tarte one does say that you don't need to set this with powder because it's creaseless. But I kind of have chipmunk cheeks, which cause crepiness under my eyes, which means everything has to be set with powder. Everything must be set with powder. Plus, on hot days and hot and humid days, you want the powder. You want to bake that skin. You want that. Voila. So for baking purposes, I'm going to be using the Ben Nye powder. This is the Natural Set Colorless Powder. Just kind of saturate the tip with the powder, and you press into the under eye. Press, 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 press. Now this is not the baking part, okay? This is just setting the under eye. Trust me, when I get to baking, you will know that I'm baking. You just kind of blend that in. Okay, so now with the bigger bulbous end of your beauty blender, just kind of grab a bunch more powder, like that, and you just do this. Just stamp it into your skin. This is the baking aspect of it. This is baking your skin. And I take it all the way up to kind of my temple. That's about how far up I usually bake. And then I bake my chin up here. And then down my nose. Now, you can let this all bake for the entire time that you want to do this. I, however, have like different time limits, I guess. I bake under my eyes the longest. So while all that is kind of setting, we are going to set the rest of my face. And I am actually using this is the Double Wear powder foundation. And I'm actually using this to set the rest of my face. And this is the brush I'm using. This is the Sonia Kashuk brush. And you just kind of want to press it into your skin. You don't want to swipe because that is going to disturb the rest of your foundation. So you just kind of press it all into the skin along the edges of your bake. Don't want to wipe away your bake yet. Near your jawline, or not your jawline, this is your hairline. Okay, that is set. Then I'm going to contour. And again, I'm using my Tarte contour palette. And I'm using the shade 3 contour, which is this one right here. And I'm going to be using my Ish contour brush. Now again, we're not trying to slay the cheekbones for days here. We're just trying to grab just enough to, you know, give some definition to my cheek, to my face. Now I always slay and try and snatch right under there. And then if you want to, you can kind of add a little bit up here in the temple. Okay, contoured. Again, since this is kind of my light and fluffy day, I'm not going to go full out on the brows. I'm not going to draw them in anything crazy or anything like that. What I am going to use is, this is the Maybelline Brow Precise Volumizer. So it's different than the Brow Drama. It's got a totally different applicator. And this just kind of adds volume to your brows. And so as you can see, my brows are a little on the thin side. So we're just going to kind of fill them in with this. Ooh, Instabrow. Voila! And this is also really good for lazy days, or if you're just not very good with your brows and you haven't quite figured out how to draw them in, like me. This is also just a really good kind of hack and slight cheat. My Sonia Kashuk brush, and we're just going to wipe away the chin bake, the nose bake, end up here and just kind of, you know, reset everything. Like I said, I'm letting this bake the longest. And while that is baking, I'm just going to line my eyes. This is a no eyeshadow look. I'm not wearing eyeshadow with this look. So I'm going to line my eyes. This is the Sephora, what is this one? This is the Contour Inner Rim Gel Liner, and it's waterproof. So this is amazing for tight lining and water lining your eyes, which is what I'm going to do right now. And there we go. Lined eyes. So to wipe off my bake, dipping into my Tarte palette again. And again, with my Sonia Kashuk brush, I am going to just kind of dip into this yellow and into this white, and we're going to use kind of a combination of those two to wipe away the bake. So, so what this does is just kind of gives a little bit of extra oomph to your under eye. Voila! For blush, I am using, this is the BECCA and Jaclyn Hill Splits. So we have the Champagne Pop up here and the blush color, and this is Flower Child, I believe. And then this is another Ish brush. This is the blush and highlight. And so I'm obviously going to be using the blush part of it for my blush. Just kind of dip it in. Just kind of run it right above where you contoured. Okay, and now for highlighting, I'm going to first dip into Champagne Pop, just a little bit, so just up here in Champagne, and just kind of blend it kind of where you would normally put your highlight, but a little lower. I like to blend it down in with the blush a little bit. I find it gives a little bit more of a natural-ish highlight, but we're not going for natural glow. Don't you worry, the big kahuna is coming up next. Yes. And then we're going to dip into the Anastasia Glow Kit. And this one is in Gleam. And oh, look at those babies. Just look at them. So pretty. So we are actually going to be dipping into a little bit of Crushed Pearl and a little bit of Starburst, kind of blending the two together. Oh. Yes, glow to the heavens, my cheeks. Glow, glow, glow. Glow! I feel like I should sing a song about the glowing. Maybe a little Hallelujah's chorus. A little bit on the tip of the nose, and then I just do a little bit right there. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. My trusty Tarte eyelash curler. And for mascara, I'm actually gonna be using, this is brand new, and this is Max Factor. So Max Factor is actually coming back to the US for kind of a limited time. They were pulled from the US markets, I think back in 2009, 2010, but they are coming back. And this is their Masterpiece Max High Volume Definition Mascara. So this is gonna be kind of a combo, first use, first impressions type thing on this video. So let's take a look. So it's not a super wet mascara. But I think it's giving me some good definition. And again, I don't really wear falsies that often, so I kind of always like to make sure I'm wearing a really good mascara. Alright, I like it. It gives a good definition, but not like... And it doesn't do spider lashes, because I loathe spider lashes. Spider lashes are of the devil. Okay, now I always do my setting sprays before I do my lip, just because I don't like the film. I just don't like the way that it looks on my lip. So this time I'm using the NYX. This is the NYX Matte Finish Matte Spray. And I always just do a quick spritzes before, just to make sure there's no gunk. And then set your look. Ooh. And then I just let that dry down. Finishing off with lip, and so for lip today I'm using the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick, and this is in Androgyny. I think this is as per the usual, sold out on the website, but there you have it. So this is kind of my everyday-ish, lazy day, glowy, you know, look. I hope you like this tutorial. If you like this tutorial and you want to see more of them, just let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the fun. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.